What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Kangaroo Black coming back once again talking about Paul Finebaum and his harsh criticism of the Georgia Bulldogs and their quarterback situation. And Paul Finebaum didn't hold back. He did not hold back. So I ain't going to waste no time. I'm going to go ahead and get into the video. This article is off Essentially Sports. All right. Like I say, I'm always reading, trying to find some shit to do some videos on. But anyway, Essentially Sports. Kirby Smart forced to relive Carson Beck's blunder in the harsh Paul Finebaum verdict after Gunner Stockton troubles unearthed. I didn't know Gunner Stockton was having any trouble. To me, he looked to be a pretty good quarterback. He's very accurate. I do know that. His decision making seems to be pretty good to me, but some of the experts, they question that. Gunner Stockton holding on to the ball too long refers to the criticism of the Georgia Bulldogs quarterback, where he sometimes takes too much time to throw the ball, leading to potential sacks or missed opportunities due to pressure from the opposing defense. This is often cited as an area where he needs to improve his game. Key points of criticism aimed toward Gunner Stockton is decision making. Stockton might be hesitant to release the ball too quickly, sometimes waiting for a receiver to become completely open, which can lead to him being vulnerable to pressure. Pocket awareness. Some analysts that argue that Stockton may not always feel the rush effectively, leading to him holding on to the ball longer than necessary when defenders are closing in. The improvement needed. Coaches and commentators often point to improving his pocket presence and quick decision making as key areas for Stockton to focus on to evaluate his play. When it comes to waiting for wide receivers to come completely open, shit. If you're an Alabama fan, you know about that dealing with Jalen Miro. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But to me, Gunner Stockton didn't look to have all these issues. Not to me. When he came in relief for Carson Beck when he got hurt, shit, he looked damn good to me. He looked damn good to me. So I believe that was against Texas in the SEC championship game. Even in the loss against Notre Dame, the playoff loss, I didn't have an issue with Gunner Stockton's play. So, but anyway, getting to the article. Ain't no rest for the wicked or for Kirby Smart, apparently. Just when Georgia fans thought they could move forward into the Gunner Stockton era, Paul Finebaum pulled up with receipts and made sure everyone remembered exactly how the Bulldogs fumbled the bag with Carson Beck. And with Stockton issues creeping up, it looks like a case of you don't know what you got until it's gone. Is that the case? Is that going to be the case? We don't know yet because Gunner Stockton or the 2025 season hasn't started. So we don't know how well Gunner Stockton going to do or play or how bad he's going to play. You just got to have faith in the guys that you put on the field. And I'm sure if he's not the guy, it will come out in the spring and in fall camp. If he's not the guy. They still got Puglisi, whatever his damn name. They got him. I believe they got a couple other quarterbacks. It's going to be a quarterback battle down there in Athens. So I'm sure Kirby Smart and the offensive coordinator, Mike Bobo, quarterback coach, or whoever, going to decide the right guy for the job. At least that's what I think. Now, Kirby Smart, he's loyal to his players. And I believe Kirby Smart believes in this seniority thing. You've been in the program longer, so I'm going to give you a chance. But in my opinion, damn that. The best man for the job should be on the field. The one who shows or who can push the ball down the field efficiently or can put together effective drives. That's who should be on the field. Not just because he's been in the program longer and he got seniority over the other guys. I believe that was some of the case with Carson Beck. I don't know. Paul Finebaum never wanted to shy away from stirring the pot, straight up question if Beck could have been the key to Georgia's next title run. Instead, the 2024 starting QB dipped out to Miami in a Porter shocker. securing a massive $4 million NIL deal and linking up with Mario Cristobal without even stepping foot on the Miami campus. Finebaum didn't hesitate to let Georgia fans know exactly how bad this could get. I don't think it was a net plus for Georgia. These are Paul Finebaum's exact words. I think it was a big boost for Mario Cristobal. All right. He says Mario Cristobal put together a good program in Miami. But he did throw away a playoff, bid against Syracuse, which I agree with that. Paul Finebaum ain't impressed with what Miami has done or did not do in the past, but he's betting his whole stake on daggone Carson Beck to put Miami over the edge to get in the playoffs. Now I'm gonna tell you right now, I won't, because if you can't get in the playoff with a quarterback like Cam Ward, I don't think you can get in with a quarterback like Carson Beck, because Carson Beck is not nearly the quarterback that Cam Ward is. Not nowhere close. But some people, they entitled to their opinion, and their opinion is Carson Beck is the guy that can push them into the playoff or might push Miami into the playoff. I don't believe it. I have to see that to believe it for sure. Me, I was never a fan of Carson Beck. That's just me. So, anyway, meanwhile, back in Athens, it's looking real shaky for the Bulldogs. Gunner Stockton, the guy Georgia is banking on, is stepping into the fire. But the flames might be a little too hot. The 21-year-old is talented, no doubt. But he's about to take over an offense that got question marks all over the field. And let's keep it real. He's no Carson Beck. At least not yet. No, he's not a Carson Beck. Like you said, at least not yet. Because he haven't had the opportunity to show that he can be as good or better than Carson Beck. He really haven't got the opportunity, even though he done got one start. And that wind up in a loss. But he was in a situation that he was going against a great team. And you can say anything you want about that 2024 Notre Dame team, but that team was a great team. So that's the very reason they was in a national championship game. It wasn't by luck, I can tell you that. By hard work and dedication, and they play on the field. So, but I think Paul Finebaum is too critical of Gunner Stockton right now, being that he haven't had the chance to show exactly what he can do or what he can be as the Georgia Bulldogs quarterback. Anyway, and far as they saying, he's no Carson Beck, Finebaum didn't let that slide either. Paul Finebaum says Georgia lost a better quarterback than the guy they have. And the article, the author of the article agrees. He says Paul Finebaum got a point. Beck had his struggles in 2024, which he did. Beck threw for damn near 3,500 yards and 28 touchdowns despite dealing with a shaky offensive line and receiving corps that wasn't exactly striking fear into any secondaries. He had little to work with. The talent around him was so different than the year before with Brock Bowers and Ladd McConkey that he just never could adapt. And he just looked unhappy. Talking Carson Beck. All right. Now, as far as Carson Beck being better than what they have right now ain't Gunner Stockton, I'll continue to say, we don't know that yet. And yeah, Beck did have some struggles last season with turnovers, but he got over it. All right, then he started playing some pretty good damn football, throwing for damn near 3,500 yards, 28 touchdowns, and their offensive line, it took a step back. It wasn't what it was from 21 all the way through 23. It wasn't. We saw that. All right, the wide receiver core, it didn't help at all. Remember, Georgia had the most drops in all of college football. So the wide receivers wasn't helping the daggone quarterback. And when your offensive line play bad, they ain't holding up, and your wide receivers can't catch the ball, that looks bad on the damn quarterback. And everybody will blame the quarterback. We know this as football fans. But anyway, and yes, the wide receiver core, it just wasn't the same without Ladd McConkey and Brock Bowers, even though Brock Bowers was a tight end. He performed just like a wide receiver. One of the best wide receivers in all of college football, even though he was a tight end. And you see what he's doing in the NFL. And when Brock Bowers declared for the draft, I told them Georgia fans they ain't going to be able to replace him. Not that type of talent. Ladd McConkey, to me, was an average receiver. But he was a guy that you could depend on. He wasn't dropping no damn balls, I can tell you that much. And them wide receivers, last season for Georgia, was not up to par. They got them some daggone transfer wide receivers to come in, and maybe they'll be better. Just maybe. One of those boys is an elite wide receiver. I think he came from USC. So hopefully, for Gunner Stockton's sake, that these wide receivers got their shit together, or will get their shit together in 2025. But me, being a hater, I hope they worse. That's just me, because I don't like them Georgia Bulldogs. I don't. Well, it ain't so much as the team, it's the fans. But anyway, I hope they worse. But I doubt that they will be. So, but anyway, it is what it is, man. Finebaum made it clear. You know, Kirby Smart, he can go out and recruit, you know, and try to recruit his way out of the situation that people are talking about with Gunner Stockton. But as far as 2025, you just going to have to deal with it. Okay? He took a shot at Kirby Smart when it comes to Carson Beck declaring for the draft. He said Carson Beck was ill-advised to go into the draft. First of all, because of the injury. You know, he got injured. And because there was never going to be a good read on that, talking about the injury. So they weren't going to get a good read on it. So, hey, go on to the draft. You know these players, they're going to consult with their coach before they enter that draft. And if that coach say, hey, there's no reason for you to stay, you know, go on into the draft, you know, you're a first, second round or whatever. We know that's what Alabama players did with Nick Saban. If Nick Saban thought you was good enough to be a first or second round draft pick, but in this draft you're going to be a third or fourth rounder, he would tell you to stay. If you stay, get better, you could be a first or second rounder. But with Carson Beck, even though he was injured, I guess, I don't know, Kirby Smart told him or advised him, hey, go on and declare for the draft. But anyway, that's allegedly. That's just my opinion. Anyway, Paul Finebaum say, so I think that made it easier for Carson Beck to slip away than just going into the portal. Typically, one man's trash is another man's treasure. Kirby Smart and the Georgia Bulldogs low-key took an L. Did they? That remains to be seen. That remains to be seen, okay? And that injury, it might have made it easier for Kirby Smart to tell him to go ahead and enter the draft. He probably would have told him that anyway if he didn't get injured. Hell, if you ask me, I know Gunner Stockton ain't played but one damn game or started one game. And he played half of another one. But he got some experience in garbage time or whatever. But this is my opinion now. I think Gunner Stockton is a better quarterback than Carson Beck. My opinion. Just because he ain't had but one start. Hell, there was a time when Jalen Milroe became the starter. He didn't have but one start. There was a time when Jalen Hurts became the starter. Shit, he had no starts at the college level. They successful. Shit, it was, man, come on, man. You got to start somewhere. And I just think Gunner Stockton going to do well. That's just me. I feel like Georgia going to be a playoff team. But as a hater, I hope not. Anyway, to my Gunner Stockton troubles creeping in. Gunner Stockton, he's coming in with a grand total of 1 career start, which happened in the Sugar Bowl loss against Notre Dame. And if Georgia offensive line doesn't get their act together, the young man might be in for a long season. That's true. The offense can't run efficiently without that offensive line. Okay? There's no other way around it. A UGA insider told Dog Post, Georgia's offensive line has got to get better in 2025. They took a step back last year from 2023. That's not what you want to hear when you got an inexperienced quarterback taking over the reins. Now, that is true. That is true. That offense can't run without that offensive line. Everybody doing their job. Ask me. I'm an Alabama fan. And our offensive line play has been terrible ever since 2021. No way around it. Terrible. And despite that, 2021, terrible offensive play where that offensive line gave up about 45, 50 sacks on Bryce Young. We still made it to a national championship. Our offensive line play has been terrible. So, but anyway, for us, Georgia, they usually have one of the best offensive lines in the country. But look at the trenches where we're supposed to be Georgia. Well, anyway, the trench is supposed to be Georgia's bread and butter. But last season, the Bulldogs allowed 25 sacks and an average of 124 yards per game. That's rushing. So they allowed 124 rushing yards per game. Good for 102nd in the nation. That's not Georgia Bulldog football. For a program built on physicality, that's low-key, unacceptable. And now, with key linemen like Cedric Van Pran, Tate Ratledge, and Xavier Truss all gone, the problems aren't magically disappearing. Kirby Smart probably got his eyes on some big boys in the spring transfer portal to beef up their trenches. Someone's got to come up and take it. And I think this spring you will see a few guys emerge. But Tate Ratledge, Cedric Van Pran, Xavier Truss, those guys were some bulldozers. Okay? And those are 3 key guys. And I think the only guy really that got experience is that left tackle. And he was getting dealt with in that playoff game against Notre Dame. He was getting dealt with. So, Georgia Bulldogs, they may have some problems, but all of them can be fixed. All right? Offensive line play and those wide receivers dropping balls, that can be fixed. Now, the wide receivers, you got to catch them damn balls. They gotta. I think Dylan Bell is coming back. He's a great player for those guys. So, matter of fact, that ball he dropped in that damn playoff game where he was wide open, that surprised the hell out of me because Dylan Bell usually don't drop balls. But they're going to have to get better at catching those balls. And because if they don't, it's going to make Gunner Stockton look bad. That offensive line don't block, it's going to make him look bad. And that's what I try to tell fans. The quarterback can't do nothing if the blocking break down. They'll say, the quarterback suck, this person suck, or that person suck. Whoever playing quarterback, when it's the offensive line, ain't giving him time to go through his progressions, find his damn receivers. They just don't give him time, and they take a sack. A sack is better than turning the ball over, especially on first or second down, even on third down. So, yeah, man, I don't understand how some fans think. Damn, left or right tackle can totally miss the block, and the defender run right by him and sack the quarterback. They'll say it's the quarterback's fault. No, it ain't the quarterback's fault. So I think Gunner Stockton is going to be all right. Kirby Smart ain't going to let him fail. I can guarantee you that. So if you dog fans watching this video, tell me what y'all think about what Paul Finebaum said. But guess what? As a hater, and I'll continue to say it, I hope you lose every damn game. Because It's not the team. It's you fans and y'all bragging and acting like and talking like y'all got 1,000 damn championships when you ain't got but 4 in your whole damn history. That's all I know. And you can't beat Alabama. And we'll be coming to Athens to whoop that ass. And I hope all these problems emerge when my Alabama Crimson Tide come to Athens. I really do. I don't wish nothing but bad for them Georgia Bulldogs when it comes to winning games. I'll just say that. But y'all tell me what y'all think about what Paul Finebaum had to say, his criticism, and, you know, it be's that way sometime. Welcome to the club. Alabama fans been dealing with this for a long damn time. Just want y'all to know. But y'all ain't there yet. But y'all be blessed. And remember, KB don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide, and roll damn Tide.